Yo, what it is, YouTube? Is your boy DC coming back with another bullseye of a video here today on the channel. I want to show you guys how to fix skinny auto-tune vocals that need a little bit of beef. They need to step on the scale and weigh something. How to bring weight to some dope NBA YoungBoy style melodic trap vocals. If you guys like the video, don't forget down below we got a bunch of free presets that can help out your vocal sound. Check out the link to my website. Support the channel by grabbing a preset or whatever the hell you want to do. Let's get to this right now.
I'm back outside, Highway 9, all of drive. I had to go back and get my hood organized. Free the guys, for the ops, we gon' slide. Sorry mama, but them niggas gotta die. I been sipping on codeine cause I didn't have nobody to lean on. My bitch hate it when I pour it up, but she can't leave me alone. I love that girl so much that I don't know how to love nobody else. Forgive me for my wrongs, yeah, I'm sorry, I confused myself. So I'm tryna get it organized. I've been touching dirty money, I need hand sanitizer. Every nigga around me having motion, we don't have our hand out.
Really dope song from a really dope artist, Bank Money. So the first technique I'm gonna show you guys today is by using a plugin that's gonna add upper harmonics. Okay, so the harmonics pretty much are gonna give the thickness in the lips. So the first move that I always like to do is use the warm mode and use the shelf on the Spectre plugin. All right, so this is a kind of like a trick that's gonna boost and add weight to everything above a certain range. Okay, so I like to start my shit really low and I do it very subtly, maybe like 1 dB.
Myself, so I'm tryna get it organized. I've been touching dirty money, I need hand sanitizer. Every nigga around me having motion, we don't have our hand out. We rockin' palm angels, yeah. And for them niggas thinking they can play with us, we routin' with 400 shots. It's gonna be severe damage, yeah. Where I'm from, if you broke, you go flip some pies. So grab a gun and rob them niggas from the other side. Yeah, them youngins killing for that money, tryna get the green, so you better play.
So not only does this boost everything, I like when I want weight that sounds even, this is the plugin that I will use because it's gonna apply that harmonic density evenly throughout the whole entire track. You feel me? It's not gonna just be one section. So I would use the Spectre, but another great plugin and another great trick you can use is something like, isn't it called Max Bass? And this is how I go about using this plugin. Me personally, I like to try to find like a preset, but you can use this to add body to your vocals, the classic Pensado vocal.
Better play it cool, they ain't going for nothing. Life is a gamble, roll the dice, and hope you don't throw a snake out. I was trying to turn my back against the streets, but I can't run from it. This shit here came to me. I was supposed to be a football star, but them crackers didn't wanna see a nigga make it far. I'm back outside, Highway 9, all of drive. I had to go back and get my hood organized. Free the guys, for the ops, we gon' slide. Sorry mama, but them niggas gotta die. We rockin' palm angels, yeah. And for them niggas thinking they can play with us, we routin' with 400 shots. It's gonna be severe damage, yeah. Where I'm from, if you broke, you go flip some pies. So grab a gun and rob them niggas from the other side.
So imagine that's pretty much stuffing cotton into the pillow. Imagine it's like Halloween and we're stuffing treats into the jar, which is the vocal. You see how this has a Halloween color? Okay. So the original bass, that's just the low end of the track already, but this is like a new bass that's being created, and you look how smooth that curve is. So you also got to think about the shape of the low end, the shape of the Play-Doh, the shape of the pottery, the shape of the clay, the shape of the statue. Because the shape of this curve right here is going to depend if the low end is smooth, if it's like a vocal that has a smooth body, or it's something a little bit more stiff. And that's one reason why the Spectre is good too, because you can play around with the Q and look, you can start to have a little bit of a resonant bump that cuts out some low, or you could have it just be a little bit more gradual and even. So it all depends on how you want it to sound. And those are some great ways to add body to NBA YoungBoy style vocals, or, you know, no cap auto-tune style vocals. So another way that I actually want to show you guys that I've been fucking around with lately is to use upwards compression on the low end, right? And you got to think about this. When you do a trick like this is going to be actively pushing the low end up. So you got to make sure your vocal is actually clean before you do something like that. So I would actually use the expander mode and I would actually throw it on like this. You know, I would have it like on the dB of 1.
I was trying to turn my back against the streets, but I can't run from it. This shit here came to me. I was supposed to be a football star, but them crackers didn't wanna see a nigga make it fall. I'm back outside.
Make sure your release is slow so you don't have any pumping in the low end. And I would try to like locate the body using the, isn't there a solo button?
Organize, free the guys.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna locate the body.
I been sipping on codeine cause I didn't have nobody to lean on. My bitch hate it.
Okay, that's the whole thing. That's the high end and everything, right? Let's.
Bitch hate it when I pour it up, but she can't leave me alone. I love that girl so much that I don't know how to love nobody. Yeah.
So I only want to hear like the mud. You feel me? So I'm boosting up the mud, and this is probably something that would be better done towards the end of the vocal chain. But it's good to put it on the beginning so you can hear like what's going on. So make sure the release is slow though.
I'm sorry, I confused myself. So I'm trying to get it organized. I've been touching dirty money, I need hand sanitizer. Every nigga around me having motion, we don't have our hand out, but we rockin' Palm Angels, yeah. And for them niggas thinking they can play with us, we riding with 400 shots. It's gonna be severe damage, yeah. Where I'm from, if you broke, you go flip some pies, or grab a gun and rob them niggas from the other side. Yeah, them youngins killing for that money, trying to get the green, so you better play.
So those specific parts that are gonna sound a little bit more thin, look at how that low shelf is kind of pushing it. It's helping the little brother climb up the steps. It's helping the little brother, you know, pulsate and kind of move a lot.
Better play it cool, they ain't going for nothing. Life is a gamble, roll the. I was supposed to be a football star, but them crackers didn't wanna see a nigga make it fall. I'm back outside, Highway 9, all the drive. I had to go back and get my hood organized. Free the guys, for the ops, we gon' slide. Sorry mama, but them niggas gotta die. I been sipping on codeine cause I didn't have nobody to lean on. My bitch hate it when I pour it up, but she can't leave me alone. I love that girl so much that I don't know how to love nobody else. Forgive me for my wrongs, yeah, I'm sorry, I confused myself. So I'm tryna get it organized. I've been touching dirty money, I need hand sanitizer. Every nigga around me.
So the parts that specifically sound thin, they're getting that little boost up. Whenever the low end is down, it's just picking that low end right back up. And I really like using that technique because you can even use another preset from the C4, which is bass comp. You could use either one of them, but I like how this works the low end too.
I was supposed to be a football star, but them crackers didn't wanna see a nigga make it fall. I'm back outside, Highway 9, all the drive. I had to go back and get my hood organized. Free the guys, for the ops, we gon' slide. Sorry mama, but them niggas gotta die. I been sipping on codeine cause I didn't have nobody to lean on. My bitch hate it when I pour it up, but she can't leave me alone. I love that girl so much that I don't know how to love nobody else. Forgive me for my wrongs.
So that's when you want to make the low end feel a little bit more solid because we're using compression to specifically tackle the body of the vocal. And of course, you know, you want your release time to be slow. You do not want your release time to be fast. You want it to be slow so it can become more solid. This part of the vocal is being clamped down and pressed down like if it was at a scrapyard and a junk car came in and boom, that big claw came in and just completely crushed it. You feel me? It's kind of like a cockroach when you got your sandal and you take it and you throw it at the cockroach. Now the cockroach is compressed because you squashed it. You feel me? Now it's just a solid thing. It's not a cockroach that has legs, okay? But you know what I mean, though. You know what I mean? The low end is going to become tighter because you're compressing it and you're holding on to it. So I showed two ways. I showed a way to expand the low end to get it to whoo, whoo, whoo. That's when you want to hear the energy between the words. And this is a way where you more have a longer AutoTune type of sound that's going to really be held and really longer notes. You might want to go with a technique like this using the C4 because it's absolutely amazing. All right. And the last way that I like to really work on, you know, things like this is also the compressor that I'm picking, you know, using something like the MJ UC. This is a great compressor to get warmth. I love this.
My wrongs, yeah, I'm sorry, I confused myself. So I'm trying to get it organized. I've been touching dirty money, I need hand sanitizer. Every nigga around me having motion, we don't have our hand out. But we rockin' Palm Angels, yeah. And for them niggas thinking they can play with us, we riding with 400 shots. It's gonna be severe damage, yeah. Where I'm from, if you broke, you gon' flip some pies. Or grab a gun and rob them niggas from the other side. Yeah, them youngins killing for that money, trying to get the green. green, so you better play it cool. They ain't going for nothing. Life is a gamble, roll the dice, and hope you don't throw a snake eye. I was trying to.
Also, sometimes just making your vocal a little bit darker too can make it feel better, because the higher frequencies that you have, the thinner it's always gonna feel, because your ear works like a seesaw. It hears more high end, so by comparison, it sounds like less low end.
But them crackers didn't wanna see a nigga make it fall. I'm back outside, Highway 9, all up drive. I had to go back and get my hood organized. Free the guys, for the ops, we gon' slide. Sorry mama, but them niggas gotta die. I been sipping on codeine cause I didn't have nobody to lean on. My bitch hate it when I pour it up, but she can't leave me alone. I love that girl so much that I don't know how to love nobody else. Forgive me for my wrongs, yeah, I'm sorry, I confused myself. So I'm tryna get it organized. I've been touching dirty money, I need hand sanitizer. Every nigga around me having motion, we don't have our hand out. We rockin' palm angels, yeah. And for them niggas thinking they can play with us, we riding with 400 shots. It's gonna be severe damage, yeah. Where I'm from, if you broke, you go flip some pies. So grab a gun and ride.
So that's another compression trick that people don't understand. Sometimes if you clamp down the vocal with the compressor on 3 dB, 4 or 5 dB, and you get to be really stiff and just boost the volume up, or you take the mix knob and pull it back, that presents you an opportunity to still have your transients, but have like this clamp down sound that makes it feel like it has more weight than it does. All right. So don't forget, down below, you want to improve your vocal sound, check out the free presets that we have on my website, and support the channel by grabbing a vocal preset, grabbing a template, booking a mix, doing whatever you want. But we're going to be here every day dropping these gems. I appreciate y'all now, YouTube gang. See you next time. Peace.